Assalamu alaikum. This is Sharup Mujumdar welcoming you all to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. International Crimes Tribunal 1 sends 15 army officers to sub-jail in connection with cases of crimes against humanity. CEC instructs UNOs to discharge duties with utmost impartiality and professionalism in next poll. Battery-powered auto rickshaws create chaos on streets in Port City. Israel and Hamas exchange bodies of more captives. And Bangladesh to take on West Indies in series deciding third ODI at Shongbad National Cricket Stadium tomorrow. Those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. The International Crimes Tribunal 1 has ordered 15 army officers to be sent to jail after showing them arrested in connection with 3 separate cases of crimes against humanity, including enforced disappearances, torture and extrajudicial killings during the Awami League regime, as well as the July uprising killings in Rampura. The order was issued today by a 3-member tribunal headed by Justice Muhammad Ghulam Murtuja Mujumdar. The other judges on the panel are Justice Muhammad Shafiul Alam Mahmood and Justice Muhammad Mohitul Haq Enam Chaudhuri. In the morning, after the accused were produced before the tribunal, ICT1 ordered 13 army officers to be shown arrested and sent to jail in 2 cases related to enforced disappearances, torture and extrajudicial killings, setting November 20th as the next date of hearing. In another case related to the killing of 28 people in Rampura during the July mass uprising, the tribunal ordered 2 army officers to be shown arrested and sent to jail. The next hearing in this case has been set for November 5th. Out of 30 accused in the enforced disappearance and extrajudicial killing cases, 13 were produced before the tribunal today, and out of 4 accused in the Rampura killings case, 2 were produced. Among those presented were 1 Major General, 6 Brigadier Generals, 4 Colonels, 3 Lieutenant Colonels and 1 Major. In total, there are 34 accused in these 3 cases, including former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her military advisor Tariq Ahmed Siddiq. The tribunal also ordered that notices be published in newspapers by October 29th for fugitive accused to appear before the court. The 2 cases on enforced disappearances, torture and extrajudicial killings contain 9 charges in total, while the Rampura killings case involves 6 charges. After the hearing, Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam briefed the media, expressing gratitude to the Bangladesh Army for cooperating with the court proceedings and showing respect for the law. Later, Barrister M. Sarwar Hussain, the defense lawyer representing the accused army officers, briefed reporters, stating that the defense team will file bail petitions on the next hearing date. Meanwhile, families of the victims of enforced disappearances expressed satisfaction and reiterated their demand for justice. Earlier in the morning, shortly after 7 in the morning, 15 army officers were brought to the International Crimes Tribunal under tight security in a prison van. Members of the RAB, police, BGB and APBN were deployed to ensure security around the tribunal premises. Previously, on October 8th, the prosecution formally submitted charges against 34 individuals in the 3 cases, which were accepted by the tribunal, leading to the issuance of arrest warrants. Later in the day, the tribunal also heard the 3rd day of defense arguments by state-appointed lawyers in the case against Sheikh Hasina and 2 others for crimes against humanity during the July uprising. Additionally, ICT1 continued hearings in the case concerning killings in Uttara during the same uprising. Chief Election Commissioner CEC AMM Nasiruddin has inaugurated the training program on election management for Upojila Nirbahi Officers UNOs ahead of the upcoming 13th National Parliamentary election. The Chief Election Commissioner instructed the UNOs to carry out their duties with utmost impartiality and professionalism, giving highest importance to the law and maintaining respect for legal principles. He emphasized that they must stand firm in their decisions according to the law and not yield to any kind of pressure. The CEC made these remarks while inaugurating the training program at the Election Training Institute's conference room in Agargaon today. The event was presided over by Election Commissioner, Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed, while Election Commissioners Abdur Rahman Al Masood, Begum Tahmida Ahmed, Anwarul Islam Sharkar, and retired Brigadier General Abul Fazl Muhammad Sanaullah also spoke on the occasion. At the event, the election commissioners provided various guidelines and instructions to the Upojila executive officers. BNP Standing Committee member Amir Khusru Muhammad Chaudhry said the interim government should adopt the role of a neutral caretaker administration. Khusru made the remarks while speaking as a chief guest at a discussion titled "The Importance of the Upcoming General Election in Protecting Bangladesh's Independence and Sovereignty," organized by the Jatiyotabadi Muktijoddha Dol at the National Press Club. Amir Khusru said, to ensure a neutral election, those whose impartiality is in doubt, both within and outside the government, must be replaced. Battery-powered auto rickshaws are creating chaos, plying from the lanes to the streets of the port city. Everyone from pedestrians to the passengers are facing the risk of accidents. These unauthorized vehicles have become another reason for chaos on the roads, including traffic jams. Drivers are driving these vehicles without any training or driving license. The Chattogram Metropolitan Police said drives are underway against them. The drivers, on the plea of employment, are transporting passengers in battery-powered auto rickshaws, taking risks in the city. Such vehicles are illegal in the country under traffic rules. The drivers are not aware of any rules and regulations of the road, nor do they have a license to drive a motorized vehicle. Meanwhile, the Chattogram Metropolitan Police said drives against battery-powered auto rickshaws are ongoing. The Metropolitan Traffic Police has seized more than 12,000 battery-powered auto rickshaws since August 11th. The drivers of engine-powered vehicles have driving license along with training. Motorized battery rickshaws also run at the same speed as engine-powered vehicles, but battery rickshaw drivers do not have any training or driving license. Battery rickshaws ply the city roads at a speed of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, having the structures of rickshaws. This puts pedestrians and passengers at risk of accidents on the roads. Road users, including those responsible for traffic, do not want illegal battery-powered rickshaws to ply in the city. City residents opine that necessary measures should be taken against the plying of battery-powered auto rickshaws in the city if it is not within the framework of law and order. Now, international news. Israel and Hamas have exchanged the remains of more captives, but the Palestinian group says Israel is failing to uphold the terms of the Gaza ceasefire agreement by refusing to reopen the crucial Rafah border crossing with Egypt. The bodies of two more Israeli captives, one soldier and one civilian, were returned to Israel late on Tuesday. Hamas has now handed over the bodies of 15 Israeli captives as part of the ceasefire agreement with Israel. An estimated 13 more sets of remains are expected to be returned to Israel, although Hamas has said the widespread devastation in the Palestinian territory and the Israeli military's continuing control of certain parts of Gaza have slowed the recovery of the bodies. The Palestinian group also released 20 living captives in one day at the start of the ceasefire. Earlier on Tuesday, the bodies of 15 Palestinians killed in Israeli detention were returned to Gaza, where they were taken to the Nasser Medical Complex for identification. Palestinians in Gaza have told that they have seen no real change in their lives since the ceasefire, as Israel continues sporadic attacks and keeps blocking aid. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 68,229 people and wounded 1,70,369 since October 2023. U.S. President Donald Trump has said he did not want a wasted meeting after a plan to have face-to-face talks with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin about the war in Ukraine were put on hold. The U.S. president indicated that a key sticking point remained Moscow's refusal to cease fighting along the current front line in remarks at the White House on Tuesday. Earlier, a White House official had said there were no plans for a Trump-Putin meeting in the immediate future, after Trump said on Thursday that the two would hold talks in Budapest within 2 weeks. Key differences between U.S. and Russian proposals for peace became increasingly clear this week, appearing to have dashed chances of a summit. Trump and Putin last met in Alaska in August during a hastily organized summit which yielded no concrete results. The White House decision to shelve plans for a second Trump-Putin meeting may be seen as an attempt to avoid another similar scenario.